Welcome to our Glow Day video. In today's video, I'm showing you footage from Glow Day in my own classroom and from when I helped my friend Hannah Beth with Glow Day in her classroom. This way I can give you the most details about every activity from the day. Hello, my name is Melanie Munch and I am a second grade teacher in Oklahoma. And welcome to our Glow Day video. This day is an icon. So many teachers have done variations of this day and I'm excited to share what I've been doing for the past 3 years. So this is a relatively new transformation for me in my 8 years of teaching. Originally, I was a bit intimidated by it because it is a lot of supplies. And if you can borrow things, that makes it 10 times easier. That's how my team and I are all doing it. So I would highly encourage you to take the ideas and take the simple ones and make it work. You don't have to do everything the first time that you do it. And also ask for help. So see if people will let you borrow things if they happen to have a black light, or it will help support you by buying something off like a classroom wish list that you could share with your family and friends, or see if you could go in with another teacher and you could share the items, maybe do your glow days on different days. Just to know that if you're feeling intimidated about doing a day like this, I felt that way too, and that's why I waited until year 6 to try it. And then I wish I had done it sooner because it is so much fun, and I do love that you can reuse so much of the material. So other than the paper that I'm buying, I didn't really spend anything this year because I already had all the Glow Day things from years past. It's so worth it, but it does take some extra time. So like I'm here on a Sunday, we're doing our Glow Day on Monday. Luckily my husband's gonna come and help out as well in a little bit here, and that will definitely speed things along. Well, it could be very simple. You could just throw up some black lights and kind of call it good, but for me, I kind of wanted to make sure the whole room glows, so I like to add in those extra things like the little banners and things that hang from the ceiling that will catch that black light, and that just really makes the room feel great. And then you do need to block out light, so one of the first things I'm going to do is be blocking out my window. This is a look at all of my Glow Day stuff in this massive bin. It got really heavy to carry, so we decided to split it into 2 smaller totes after this, and that was a good call. To black out my window, I had 2 pieces of black butcher paper that we taped together, and then we would tape it up to the wall, and we put some neon paint on it that didn't end up showing up super well. It's gonna be a time lapse.
Okay.
This beautiful glow backdrop was something I borrowed from a friend. She made it out of canvas and then much better glow paint than what I had for my backdrop.
That'll look good on the camera.
This backdrop was perfect to put in the hallway to set the mood. It actually does not glow under black light though. Apparently they have not figured out how to do that since it's just a printed backdrop. So it would be something to put in the hallway but doesn't help in your actual room. After Nick and I set up all the glow decor, we set up a few of the math stations since that was the first thing my class and I were going to do the next day. I also set out 2 glow sticks and a highlighter on each student desk so they could put their glow sticks on in the morning and use their highlighter on their morning work. You'll notice I just have 2 black lights in my room. They came in a 2-pack and they really light the room up nicely. I loaned them to Hannah, so we did the same thing in her room and it looked great. We also added a disco light just for fun. We both had some neon lights already in our classroom, and we added a night skylight for Hannah's room. So it's looking pretty great. Things are mostly set up. I'm very excited because my husband's coming to help. I have some classroom guardians that are coming to help, and maybe my sister-in-law or my mother-in-law, because days like this, it just really does help to have all hands on deck, especially with stations, so that the games just run smoother. So I was more prepared for Glow Day than I was for Carnival Day. If you watched that transformation video, I did not have any help, and it was just a little too chaotic at some moment. We are here. It is the morning of Glow Day. It doesn't look near as cool as it will in just a minute when we turn all the black lights off. I just laid out the glow day, I'm gonna have the kids make a little pamphlet that they put all their papers in for the day. Our mailboxes where we usually put our papers are being used as part of a game station, so they can't just go put their papers in their mail like we normally would. So I'm just gonna have them put all of their papers in this paper pamphlet that's just folded construction paper, and I stapled on the glow day paper.
Yes.
As you can see, students were so excited as they were entering the classroom. I had a glow day slide on the board telling them to do their coloring page, word search, or maze as a morning choice option. And in the background, I had my glow day playlist playing, which I'll link in the description.
Oh my god! Tick Tac Toe! Woof, my socks look.
After morning work, we moved into normal morning meeting. We watched our announcements, did our pledges, and then we did a glow ball toss greeting with this ball I found at Walmart. We sat in a circle and said each other's names as we tossed each other the ball to say good morning. We also talked about expectations for the day and having self-control. After that, it was time to get into our stations. We started with our math stations, and I like to explain what happens at every station before students go to their rounds. That way they know how to play all the games before they start rotating. I use a slide on the board to show students where they're going for each round. Here are the different stations. We have glow bowling, which is so fun. Students bowl the 10 different pins down, and then they subtract from 10 how many they were able to knock down and write it on their recording sheet. The next station is ring toss. For this station, we use water bottles filled about 3/4 of the way, and they each have different point values labeled on them. The students get to toss 3 rings, and then they add up their 2 highest scores on their recording page. The next station is glow dice. Students roll the dice and make a tally chart on one side of each of their rolls. Then they turn that tally chart into a graph using their highlighter. They love doing this. They can do it on their own or with a partner. The 4th station is glow Tick Tac Toe. Students take turns solving a math problem on the card, and the answer is written on the back for their partner to check. If they get it correct, they get to place a marker that represents an X or an O symbol. They see who can get 3 in a row first by solving the different problems. There are multiple math versions in the pack that I use. In my 2nd grade classroom, I use double-digit addition and subtraction with regrouping, and in Hannah's classroom, they use addition and subtraction without regrouping. The final station is one we didn't get to try in my classroom, but we did it in Hannah's classroom. It was called target toss. The students had 3 beanbags they got to toss, and they could land them in different point value areas. They picked their top 2 scores and they added that on their recording sheet to see who could get the highest score. After math, it was time for a break, so we watched this mystery science video about how things glow. We also read the Dayglow Brothers book, but this book is super long, so I just picked out a few of my favorite pages that explained how glow colors were invented, and this book actually glows in the dark, so I made sure to showcase some of the most flashy pages. Then students went to lunch and recess, and when they came back, it was time for reading groups. I explained all the stations and had this slide on the board so students knew where to go for each station. The first station is Write the Room. Students had to walk around the room with their recording page and highlighter and find all the glow words and write them down on the recording sheet. For my 2nd graders, I then had them put the words they found around the room into a story. For Hannah's 1st graders, we just had them locate all the words and write them down. The next station is Glow Spelling. Students use their spelling words or any words they've learned from their phonics time, and they wrote them in 3 different ways: regular, all caps, and fancy, which was up for interpretation. The next station was Firefly Reading. There are different Firefly books I had found on Epic Reading, so my students got on their computers to listen or look at some of those different books to learn about fireflies, and they needed to write down 3 facts. For my students, I also had them do 3 opinions. You could also provide students with the physical book for this activity, or you could read it to them whole class. You could watch a whole class video, or have them watch the video in their groups. At the last station, students turn their learning into a craft. This can also be done with the topic of jellyfish as well. They put their facts on one side and their craft on the other. After reading stations, it was time for some brain breaks. There are so many fun glow ones that you can find, and they're also inside the slides in my pack. Finally, we end the day with science. One of the options is having students watch the Northern Lights video in the pack as they fill in the blanks to the different questions. For the STEM challenge, we had students in groups of 3 to 4, and they each got 10 glow sticks to use, plus Play-Doh. This is supposed to be glow-in-the-dark Play-Doh. I believe it's from Target. You could definitely use regular Play-Doh as well. Everything looks 1,000 times better under the actual black light because it's right above us over here, which I will link the black lights I use. They are a 2-pack, and I definitely think you can get by with just the 2 of them in the classroom. But the Play-Doh does definitely glow when right under the black light, but as you get further away, it just seemed like regular Play-Doh. So like over here at the table, I mean, it doesn't exactly glow. It doesn't look near as glowy, but over here right under the black light, everything just pops. I think it is a little bit more glowy than a regular pane of Play-Doh would be. Let's compare. Let's just go ahead and compare. I'll get some regular Play-Doh. Okay, consensus. This is regular Play-Doh in the black light. I think it looks just even more glowy than the actual glow-in-the-dark Play-Doh. I mean, this is just regular Play-Doh. The premise was just for them to build anything using the glow sticks and the Play-Doh. We also gave them a cup, so a lot of them did like little flowers out of the glow sticks and made the glow sticks like a stem, and they used the Play-Doh to make a flower, so that was pretty cute. The last science option is a glow stick experiment where you put a glow stick in cold and warm water to see which glows best. And the lights go back on. It's kind of sad because this day is so fun to take everything down, but it's so fun. I'm so glad we got to do it. I just wanted to share 2 more little things that we added this year that I think really helped this day be a success. One of them is sending home a letter that reminds families about Glow Day. Because this is one of our End the Year with a Bang countdown rewards, we popped the balloon to announce that this day was coming the day prior, so students would know to dress in neon or white. So this is happening on a Monday, so we popped the balloon Friday afternoon. This is just a good reminder for them. I also sent an email out the night before to remind them to wear white or neon so they can glow in the room with us. And then another thing that I may have already mentioned, I can't remember, is putting their glow papers in a little packet. This is just construction paper. We do this on a lot of our themed days, just to hold all the papers that we go through. Thank you so much for coming along on Glow Day with us. I hope you enjoyed seeing what we did. And I'll also link to my Amazon list of all the different glow things you can put on your wish list, or you could buy slowly over time. Don't feel like you have to have it all. Glow Day can be really fun with very little, but it is fun to add things on as you can. I particularly loved adding on this Glow Day hair this year. This was really fun. It came in a big set, so I gave some of my teammates each a few strands, and I think it just elevated our whole look today, as well as these big vests are super fun. If you know somebody that works like in security or construction, see if you can just borrow them. That's always a great way to do it as well. A lot of these things can be reused, which definitely helps if you're planning to use it year after year. Your cost will be so much less over time, which is very helpful and will make great memories for you and your class. Thanks again for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.